to the closing session of the ADB Healthy Oceans Tech and Finance Forum. My name is Anna Oposa, your MC for the program. Today was a full one. We started this morning off with a circular plastics economy clinic, followed by different spotlight sessions and booth spotlights covering our 4 thematic tracks: plastic-free oceans, coastal resilience, ocean finance, and blue foods. In case you missed some of them, don't worry, you can watch them again. They will be available on the platform for the next 6 months. And since this is the first Healthy Oceans Tech and Finance Forum, we would like to hear from you, our audience, about your experience. If you check the web platform on the left side, you will see that we already have an evaluation form ready for you to fill up. And we will also send a reminder email so that we can learn from you and we can find out how we can improve future events. And now we will hear from Bruno Carrasco, who is the Director General and concurrently Chief Compliance Officer of ADB's Sustainable Development and Climate Change Department. Bruno leads ADB-wide knowledge, innovation, policies, and strategies in all sector and thematic operation areas and ensures compliance with environment and social safeguards. He also oversees the administration of trust funds and global funding initiatives. He's been in ADB for 26 years and has worked extensively with countries in Asia and the Pacific. Bruno has been instrumental in bringing this forum together, and we are so grateful for his support. Everyone, let's give a virtual round of applause for Director General Bruno Carrasco.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Anna, for that generous introduction. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you may be. Thank you very much for participating in ADB's first Healthy Oceans Tech and Finance Forum. On behalf of the organizing team, I'd like to extend our gratitude to all partners, speakers, and participants for collectively creating this productive and inspiring forum. I'd like to congratulate our developing member countries who demonstrated strong engagement and leadership for healthy oceans. In particular, 2 countries, Fiji and Maldives, one of which I know well, the Maldives. And while they may be 2 small island development states, they have a strong and persuasive voice across the development agenda. Their voices echoed loudly during the forum, and their commitments to ocean governance and finance are examples to the world. Indonesia also presented on their great progress in growing their blue economy through innovation and finance. Over the past 3 days, we've showcased innovative technologies and financing solutions that help protect and enhance the health of ocean ecosystems, as well as to increase the resilience of coastal communities in Asia and the Pacific. We had oceans champions, seaside conversations, and deep dives. We were privileged to hear from inspiring ocean champions such as Dr. Shakuntala Tilstead, the 2021 World Food Prize Laureate, who emphasized the essential role of blue foods to help end world hunger. Esteemed speakers who set the scene for each thematic track, and empowered community and youth leaders who share their unique experience and vision for the future. This forum was also an occasion to launch an important initiative for the blue economy, including the Blue Impact Hub for small and medium enterprises working on oceans, as well as a book launch for the ASEAN Green Catalytic Facility. I especially appreciate the key role played by Asian Development Bank's partners in organizing this forum, including Save Philippine Seas, World Fish, and the Worldwide Fund for Nature. We had 4 thematic tracks, and I wanted to highlight some takeaways from this very impressive forum. First, for plastic-free oceans, we learned that to address a problem, a transformational and systematic shift is required. We heard stories of innovation for a circular economy, including refilling models for consumer products and technologies for improving waste management and recycling, like digital watermarking of plastics and reverse vending machines. Second, in the coastal resilience track, we learned how technology is offering new opportunities to combat the impacts of climate change and increasing coastal populations and infrastructure. We learned about nature-based solutions, big data, maps, and apps to help communities identify habitat changes, climate change risks, and the best local mitigation approaches that can be adopted to strengthen coastal resilience. Third, we assessed the status of aquaculture and fisheries in Asia and the Pacific, and discussed the aquatic food's role in nutritious diets and socioeconomic inclusion among coastal communities. We learned about tools such as Earth-observing satellites used for fisheries management and new apps that can trace seafood sustainability from the sea to your plate. And finally, the Ocean Finance track explored how to close the financing gap to support the urgent interventions we heard about in the other three thematic tracks. Alongside traditional grant financing, innovative tools such as the blue bonds can help build new markets and take away some of the risks that typically hold back investments. Across the four tracks, several key lessons for healthy oceans have indeed emerged. First, on the technology side, we know that technology and finance cannot exist in a vacuum. For both to flourish, the foundation of strong governance and policy is indeed essential. Marine spatial planning and strong fisheries enforcement, for example, is necessary to grow ocean-positive companies. The right policies also reduce negative economic incentives, such as harmful subsidies for oil and gas, enabling marine renewable energy enterprises to thrive. Second, we are seeing the emergence of several sectors of the blue economy that are ripe for investments. Green ports and shipping, sustainable coastal tourism, marine renewable energy, and aquaculture are ready for large-scale investment, and they will generate large-scale environmental and economic returns. And we have to always bear this in mind. Technological advances such as smart fish monitoring means that these high-growth sectors are going to be exponentially important and growing, as well as shaping the future of the ocean economy. Third, we've heard the need for multi-stakeholder and socially inclusive approaches, particularly to empower women in meaningful and sustainable ways. The circular economy, for example, requires communities, small enterprises, government, and global corporations to work together for plastic-free oceans. Fourth, just as coastal ecosystems need resilience, we need to build resilient solutions that are robust enough to handle our uncertain future. Nature-based solutions can be self-sustaining win-wins for both the planet and economic development. And this is an important lesson to bear in mind. The forum has brought new knowledge, inspired and created extra momentum for us to deliver the ADB Action Plan for Healthy Oceans and Sustainable Blue Economies by scaling up investments in ocean health and mainstreaming the investments into ADB's traditional sector projects. We will continue to ramp up financing for ocean health investments through innovative financing mechanisms. We will maximize instruments such as blue bonds and the Blue Sea Finance Hub to prepare bankable projects and catalyze blended finance for blue economy investments. We will also continue working in a collaborative manner and coordinated actions with partners to achieve impacts at scale. We will continue to facilitate and strengthen knowledge sharing on these solutions and best practices with our developing member countries. We will also prioritize innovation and investment for wider climate change and environmental sustainability projects. Investing in ocean health is one of the best opportunities for delivering blue, inclusive, and resilient economies for Asia and the Pacific. Now, I've said a lot, but before I close, I wanted to do two things. First is the vote of thanks, and second, I want to leave you with an image. So for the vote of thanks, there have been many wonderful people who have spent many weeks, months even, preparing for this. And I wanted to recognize some of the key people that made this possible. So thank you very much to Tanya, Michelle, Anna, Erin, Melissa, Lisa, Christina, Chinky, Tracy, Ross, Lisa, Rocky, Jim, Mike, James, Jilly, Catherine, Sanya, Biggs, and of course, Chingfeng and Deb. And we shall not forget our colleagues throughout the bank. A great thanks to all of you. Now, to leave you with the image. Many of you have probably seen earlier this week the magical and magnificent photographs of a pristine coral reef off the coast of Tahiti. This perhaps is a foreshadowing of sorts. It makes all of us acutely aware of how, if we collectively, put our efforts and knowledge for the cause, we can be inspired and we can recover our coral reefs and healthy oceans as we once used to remember them. Thank you very much for your time and insights during this forum. Together, we can turn the tides for healthy oceans in Asia and the Pacific. I wish you a great day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bruno, and thank you for all the support you've given the Healthy Oceans Action Plan so far. When you were going through your remarks, I could see flashbacks of the different sessions and the videos of the speakers that we all listened to and watched throughout the past 3 days. And we really covered a lot of ground over the last 3 days, everything from blue economy, marine pollution, renewable energy, innovative finance mechanisms, and more. And I love how Bruno ended with the image of coral reefs. And to me, that's a perfect image to leave you with, because it's an ecosystem that has many different parts and they all need to work together to create healthy oceans. And with that image, we conclude the first Healthy Oceans Tech and Finance Forum. Thank you again to our partners, our speakers, our scene setters. And this forum would not be possible without them. An entire ecosystem, a coral reef of partners and individuals working together. We have the WWF Oceans Team, World Fish, Save Philippine Seas, the ASEAN Catalytic Green Finance Facility, the Japan Fund for Poverty Reduction, and the Korea E-Knowledge Partnership Fund. Thank you so much. And now we are going to officially close the forum with a short video showing the highlights from the last 3 days. This has been Ana Oposa, your MC. Thank you so much again and enjoy this video.
Where we are running out of time, and we countries like the Maldives, small island nations, we don't have the time, and it's critical that we agree on these targets.
The world is at a critical turning point as we respond to the pandemic and dual climate and biodiversity crisis. Ocean health must be at the heart of the so-called new economy.
Our solutions, innovations, and approaches are just and equitable, building on the fundamental right to food, sufficient and nutritious food for all.
To deliver the SDGs, we have to recognize that blue food lies at the very heart of food systems of the future and at the very heart of a thriving, sustainable, inclusive ocean economy.
Although plastic pollution is a global issue and we need global support and systemic change for positive impact, interventions in our own communities, where many important decisions are made, can reduce plastic pollution and protect our environment and our ocean.
Public and private financial institutions need to extend the current focus of climate finance to incorporate blue economy-related risks and to more explicitly include coastal and marine investments.
We need to be able to include natural assets in economic accounting. We need to rethink our infrastructure investments away from so much investment in gray infrastructure in our coast and more towards green.
At the forefront of our minds that we must be stewards of the ocean. I mean, that really has to be how we view ourselves. And it is how Marshallese people, and I would say Pacific people generally, have viewed themselves. Really what we need to be investing in heavily is our people. Because as a nation and a region, that they're really the key.
It is about understanding the importance of sustainable ocean management in the broader context of the blue economy. Investing in healthy oceans is, in fact, investing in economic development.
We need comprehensive, rapid action at scale, and we need it in the enabling environment, and so we have to also move quickly. Fixing the oceans is going to take many things, but none of it is going to be possible without money. And we really do need to increase the scale, the innovativeness, the reach, the ambition of our global blue finance initiatives. There are tremendous opportunities for investment in sustainable tourism, in food production, in wastewater treatment, in integrated solid waste management, in sustainable coastal infrastructure.
And this is why your voice is your power. Your story is your power. Each one of us in this room has a story to tell, maybe through the different advocacies, professions we share, from the wetlands, biodiversity, climate action, and of course our oceans. What do you want to change with your story? What do you want to change with your power?
Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.